Hey guys, welcome back to Enjoy the Fit. I hope you all are enjoying your day today. I just wanted to share with you a core and lower body workout that I just did. So actually I just got done with a almost 7-mile bike ride, which was really nice, but I still wanted to work on something because during my bike ride I was really realizing how much I was engaging my core. So what I did was when I came home I was like, let's see what I could do with a workout. So my intention for this workout was to see how much I could stabilize my core and how stabilized I could keep it during all my movements, okay? So before every workout that I do, I like to come up with something that I can focus on in that workout so I don't lose track of what I was doing, okay? So like I said, this workout was to stabilize my core as much as I can because when you're bike riding, you're using a lot of your core there. So I just wanted to make sure I was getting more burn after my bike ride, okay? So here you're just gonna be using one weight of dumbbell. You're going to just use a dumbbell that you can manage during all the movements, okay? So it's not really about how much you're loading this, it's really about feeling your core and controlling the movement the whole time, okay? So, like I said, there are going to be 6 movements in this workout, but it's all about stabilizing your core, okay? So I will be going over the movements here shortly, and I will see you guys soon. Alright, here we're just starting with a couple of warm-up movements. So something really easy to start off with is going ahead and stretching those hamstrings. So you're going to reach down all the way to the ground, and then when you stand back up, you're reaching up all the way overhead. So you're really just trying to get those shoulders moving and also the backside of those legs stretched out. And then too, if you can latch those fingers together and bring those arms above you, you can definitely do that. This is a great stretch to open up your shoulders and your chest. And then you can do this a couple times. You don't necessarily have to hold it. And then if you feel like your neck is tight, especially if you've been at home, this is a good time to go ahead and do some neck circles. So you want to bring your ears all the way down to that shoulder and drag that neck all the way across your chest, okay? And this is really good too if you can keep those arms latched and pushed down, because you'll really be feeling a nice neck stretch. Let's remember today's intention. Today's intention is to keep that core really nice and tight. And here we're just going to go over the movements first, so if you like to watch, and then okay, here is going to be our first movement. So this is going to be that overhead reverse lunge. So you're going to go ahead and put this weight above your head. You want to go ahead and make sure those arms are fully extended. And before anything, you really want to make sure that belly button is to the spine, okay? The intention today is to really keep your core stabilized. So whenever you're doing these reverse lunges, make sure that you're inhaling as you lower, exhale when you stand up. And then when you stand back up, the goal is to drive through that heel, okay? Also be sure that that knee is not going over that toe, okay? If you need to bring the weight down because you can't hold the weight above your head, you can do that and use a chair if you need to do reverse lunges properly. So again, just drive through the heel. Alright, here is going to be that goblet squat. So you're just going to hold that weight right in front of you. Try not to bring it too far away from your body. You're really tucking in that core, so belly button to your spine. And then here you want to make sure you're not shifting your hips side to side, okay? You want to make sure that you're driving through your heels evenly. And then you're focusing on your breathing. So you're inhaling as you lower and then exhale as you stand up, okay? Be sure that that chest stays really big and that core stays really tight. Alright, this is going to be the last movement for the first set. So this is going to be that single arm overhead press. So here you're going to grab that weight up off of the floor, and then you're going to put it in a neutral position and press it up above your head. If you need to do a little squat to do this movement to get the weight kind of started, you can definitely do that. But the goal is when you drive this weight above your head that you're not arching your back, okay? So again, your belly button really wants to be pulled into your spine. Okay, so whenever you're doing this movement, if you're doing it correctly, you're really going to feel your core working because it's having to stabilize you as you are doing this overhead movement, okay? So inhale when you're grabbing the weight, and the best time to exhale is when you're pushing that weight above your head, okay? Just be sure that core stays really nice and tight. now we've got our abs. So if you need some water to watch these, you can definitely do that. Catch your breath, and then once you've got these movements, you can start. All right, so first movement is going to be feet up crunches. So feet are going to go straight up to the sky. You want to make sure that back is really nice and flush to the ground. You're going to inhale at the bottom and exhale to reach towards your toes, okay? The goal is you're not moving those legs any, and you're not rocking at the bottom here. You're really trying to reduce momentum as much as you can and really use that core. So inhale at the bottom, exhale at the top. All right, these are going to be reverse crunches. So here what you want to do is make sure your back is really nice and flush to the ground. If you need to put a pillow under you, you can definitely do that. But you're going to inhale as you lower your legs and exhale when you bring your knees up to your chest, okay? If you feel like you're arching your back when you lower your legs, you can definitely bring your legs higher during this movement. And if you'd like a challenge, try to not anchor down on the yoga mat because you'll really be using your core at that point. All right, these are going to be your scissors. So in this movement, you're just going to be moving your legs over each other, okay? So you're just scissoring those legs. You're trying to make sure that lower core stays really nice and tight and your back stays flush to the ground. If you're noticing that lower back begins to arch, you can either use a pillow or just reduce the range of motion. So don't go as high or don't go as low, or wherever you feel like your back is arching. That should be your stopping point. Okay, so you're just trying to get as many scissors as you can. Whenever you move your legs down, that's counted as 1. When you move them back up, that's counted as 2. So the goal is 12, okay? So just make sure your core is really nice and tight and you're breathing. So here we're going to be doing a cool down, okay? So after that workout, I'm sure you're tired. So if you feel like you need to rest and just kind of soak up everything you need to, you can definitely do that. But if you're ready to stretch, you can go ahead and do this. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the cobra stretch. So you wanna go ahead and roll those shoulders down and back. Start with your wrists starting right at your shoulders, and then you're gonna go ahead and push yourself up. So this is going to be stretching your abdominals, especially after that core work we just did, okay? So here you wanna make sure that those shoulders are away from your ears, okay? It's really easy for those shoulders to hike up. And here you're just going to enjoy the stretch in that core, and if you feel like you can lean your head back or roll your head side to side, you can definitely feel free to do that. So here we're just holding stretches for about 30 seconds. And then here, once you're done with that cobra, you're immediately gonna go into a downward dog position, okay? So this is gonna be stretching the hamstrings and the calves, okay? So if you push your chest closer to your legs, you're going to feel more stretch in that chest and those shoulders, okay? If you are just starting and you feel like that is really tight, you can definitely ease into that stretch over time. But just so you know, the more you bring your chest closer to your legs, the more stretch you're getting into those shoulders, okay? So if you'd like to pedal out your feet in that downward dog position, you can. So from there, you're gonna walk your feet up to your hands, and you're just gonna immediately go into a hamstring stretch. Now here, it feels really good to go ahead and just block those elbows with your hands and let your natural body weight just hang. And if you'd like, you can shift side to side and you'll still feel that pulling in that lower back and in the hamstrings. This is a really good stretch just to kind of ease into and to really allow your body weight to just drag on those hamstrings. So from there, if you like, you can definitely go into a child's pose. So the wider you open your feet, the more you're going to be stretching your upper back. If you are feeling any kind of pain or tightness in your lower back, you can definitely feel free to actually close your knees and do the same positioning, because it's just going to be stretching your lower back. And then here you can open up your legs, do another cobra stretch. And then just to finish off, this is some other great stretches. This is going to be your butterfly stretch. So here you want to go ahead and get your feet together, and if you'd like, you can actually go ahead and put your hands behind you. If you can do this, what you want to do is lift your chest as high as you can during this movement, and also push your body close to your legs. If you feel like you're not getting enough stretch, then you can go ahead and reach down to your toes, and if you like, you can definitely feel free to try to give yourself a little foot massage. It's really nice when you do that, okay? The goal is here, whenever you're in your butterfly stretch, that you're keeping your back really nice and straight. You don't want any rounding, because as soon as it starts to round, you're going to lose that tension in that stretch. So it's really good to keep that back really nice and tight. And then after this is going to be a figure 4 stretch. This is a great stretch, especially if you're feeling any kind of tightness in your hips or your glutes. So what you want to do is just bring your opposite ankle onto the opposite knee, and then with the knee that is up, so with the leg that is not supporting you, you want to push that knee away from you, and you'll be feeling this right in your hip. Again, you're going to hold these stretches for about 30 seconds. If you feel like you need to hold these longer, definitely feel free. But if you would like to go ahead and watch these stretches again and start incorporating these into your workout, you can definitely do that. It's a really good way to stay nice and mobile as we're staying at home at this time.